Naomi, hello.
Uh,
Oh my God. Hello, babes. How are ya? How are
oh my
ya?
God, how are you?
I'm just sipping my tea.
Oh, guess what I'm sipping again tonight?
What are you sipping of?
Water, but out
The
of my
H2.
mm-hmm,
Minding your black
minding my own
business.
black business.
Love it.
So I thought I'll jazz it up tonight, love. Jazz it up tonight.
I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. I love it. I'm trying
yeah.
to.
My
I want
cup's
to play
from
a
Educup.
song. I do
Educup
want to play
yourself.
yeah, I want to play a song, but I don't want them to cut me off. So I'm unsure. How do you pin? You know when you say
We. Hey, thank you, Joanne. Hey, Profile PR. Hey, Salome. Hey, people.
hi.
Hey, Queen.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
thank you. I'm feeling really tired tonight. It's the same fresh faces. I'll take that. I'll
oh,
take that.
thanks. I'm not. I need to go like that because I have this big bump that's appeared at the side of my face. I don't know where it's come
Now
from.
that you've told me that, I'm just going to be staring at the bump. Go on, turn your
You
face to
can't
the
see
side
it
again.
if you just at angle. You can't see. You can't
Yeah, I could
see it.
just see the bump of your forehead.
Huh?
Just the bump of your forehead.
So
Okay, what
yeah,
song are you going to play?
I'm playing it now. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's just in the background, that's all.
We do not own the rights to this
We do
track.
not own the rights to this song. I'm
We
not
do
sure how to
not.
put that on there. But as today we're speaking on love, and I do
Why?
like this song, so I thought I'd just play it in the background, you know? So
What to
you,
get us in the mood?
woo!
Yeah, it's a tune, isn't it, right?
It's a
Slow?
tune, it's a tune. Wanna know.
You're not going to do a remix to it?
No, 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 no.
Hey.
Woo!
Hey. Sing it, sister.
Right, let's get into it, babes. So today we're talking about love.
Yeah.
So where do we begin?
I was still rebuking this subject. Are you going to tell everyone how we both was rebuking talking about this one?
Yeah,
We both wanted
yeah,
sisterhood.
people who were in here early will give you a quick lowdown because we rebuked this. We did the take so many times, but it
I
wouldn't
was
record
having
our
technical
audio.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties, and the amount of times we did this take, love showed up twice before we did this, and then sisterhood showed up once, but it wasn't working. So we thought, right,
Mm-mm.
okay, let's just go on Instagram live, just do the quick live, because then we can record our sound. And love popped up again for the third time, and it was
So
live.
that's why in
So
the
we couldn't
video
actually,
I was just
yeah, we
kissing my
couldn't,
teeth because I wasn't happy.
yeah, we couldn't take it back. So here we are. Lord, me hot you since.
I don't get Salome. I'm not rebuking love. I was just like, as we're just getting into doing these Instagram lives, let this not be the second subject.
And it's just like, you know what, let's just go in. Hang on 1 second. I just need to
Like,
brush
let's
my
talk about
teeth.
sisterhood. But
So
yeah,
yeah, let's talk
yeah,
about
not
love then.
rebuking. But I
We're not
guess in
rebuking
all
him.
honesty, with us rebuking the love subject, we was somewhat rebuking love.
Let me take some banana.
And the unwillingness and like, I don't want to be vulnerable on here tonight.
Gotta let it all hang out, babe. We're not literally, but you know what I mean?
Should we pray before we start? Actually, no, we've already had the tune. It's all right. All
We've
right,
got
so you start,
tune.
babe.
That's
You
okay.
start. You start.
So, hey, people, thank you for joining. We're
Yeah,
talking
thank you
about
for
all these.
joining.
Thank you for joining us. We're taking, like we said, we're taking our telephone conversations live because I said telephone conversations are different. So, how you hear us speak to each other, these are our normal, this is how we normally speak to each other on the phone. No word of a lie. Bare jokes. Yeah, true. Love is a part of sisterhood. However,
Don't it? Yes,
sisterhood
true,
is
true,
very
true, true, true,
true,
true.
but it has sisterhood is its own thing. Basically, it's a
Yeah, it was
different kind of.
the
You
three
can go
subjects
deep into
were
sisterhood. Yeah.
the
So
three subjects were love, sisterhood, and health and well-being.
yeah,
I was both like, sisterhood, yeah. And then love came up and I was like, mm. Which way round are we going to be going talking about this subject? And I was like, oh, well, you couldn't hear us on the video, so let's go again. Yeah, telephone conversations. Jeez, yeah, why are we doing this to ourselves? But yeah, we thought we would just share the love, share the joy, and also we're open to your opinions,
yeah.
your experiences, your
Questions,
questions.
your
Make sure
insight,
if
your
you're asking us
input.
questions, make sure that the questions are nice, please. Be nice
Yeah,
to us, please. Be
yeah.
nice. Be
Don't
nice.
you see? Because the same people I see on there, I'm like, don't ask me so questions. But anyway, like I said, we're here, we're leaving ourselves open. So, yo, let's go in, man. Let's talk about love. Where should we start? Love.
Um,
Self-love.
maybe, yeah. And
Love is
also,
everything. You can, yeah, carry
I
on.
guess like, starting with, why was you hesitant to talk about love?
It brought up so
You're
many
looking up to the left,
memories. Thank
Okay,
you for
come on.
no, because it brought up memories
Okay,
of when I was vulnerable. That's why I was hesitant.
right,
But I thought, you
okay.
know what? It's what it is, isn't it?
Mm,
It's
mm,
what it is.
mm,
Went through it, lived through it. I'm here.
mm, mm.
Exactly. See, someone's put, what is love? What is love? Do you know what it is? Do you know something? You know how people always hang on, let me turn this laptop off because the battery's low. If we're going right in and we're going deep into this love thing, right, I will go deep for y'all. Right. Look at
Deep.
the lines on my
Okay.
phone. Look at the
All right, setting
lines.
the tone, yeah. Mm-hmm.
These words, I love you. Apart from my
Mm.
family members, I said them for the first time when I was in my 40s.
What do you mean?
The first time I said the words I love you to a partner, I was in my 40s. I'd never said them before.
That's true,
So
actually.
being in love. First time I uttered those words and meant them, I was in my 40s. And that, yeah, quite a few years ago, what, 4 years ago? Yeah, I was in my 40s.
And how did you know that that was definitely love? Like, how did you know that that it's like, okay, I haven't experienced this before, and because you was
Because
in your 40s.
it was the feeling, I guess. It's a feeling, I would say for me, it was a feeling and the connection.
Okay.
The feeling and the connection, it just felt so different to what I'd been to relationships I'd been in before.
Okay.
So yeah, when that person said it to me, the partner I was with at the time said it to me, I was like, oh, but I never said it back.
Okay.
I didn't say it back until a couple of months. I think it's actually slipped out. I did actually realize I said, when I said it, I was like, oh, I actually said that. Can't take it back. But I actually mean it. I actually mean it.
I
Remember
could
what's
just
a
imagine
powerful
saying, "Oh, I love you too." Oh, oh.
But I think I remember at the time, I think I was going out somewhere. I was like, yeah, yeah. yeah, I love you too, babe. And I went, oh my, what did I just say? And I just walked quick down the road to get my bus.
Mm.
But yeah, I was in my 40s because I'd heard people I know.
Babes, you're just giving me your nostril, you know. I need to put up your phone. Yeah, that's better.
Well, my nostril is nice. I hope you like my
Yeah,
nostril.
it is, but I don't want to just talk to your nostril, love.
As long as it's clean up there, it's clean. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't ready before to accept it, I believe. I wasn't ready to accept it. And it's one of those things where people can just say it just for the sake of saying it. And I know I wasn't that person. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't saying it just for saying it. If I was going to say it,
Mm.
it had to mean something to me for me to say it. So when I said it, it meant something to me.
Mm. Okay.
And I
Was
was in
it
love. I was in love. I was. La la
so
la la
was it
la, skipping in the meadow, holding hands, skipping in the meadow, la 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 la. Let's bake bread, make cake, la 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 la. Let's fry some plantain, eat some all-day bread, la la la. Yeah.
so was it that you realized that you was willing to, yeah, it was like the willingness to be, I don't know, was it just about the person,
I
or
was
do
willing
you know
to
what I
give
mean?
my all and I was willing to give my all because before when I was in a relationship, I don't think I was giving my all. I was always holding back a little bit.
Mm,
I was very, very reserved. People who know me knew, you come so far, you can't. I ain't letting you in here. I ain't letting you in. Then that was me. Then I opened my heart to it and I
yeah,
accepted it and I was happy.
yeah. And Salome asked, what did you learn from that experience? Have you gone from those experiences?
From those experiences, I've literally, that relationship actually did change me. I learned to be more open than I was before.
Mm.
A lot, yes, yes. You're right. 7 for us put wall. Yes, it was a wall right here. So,
Hey, Donna. Yep.
and the door closed. But no, yeah, I've learned from my experience just to be more open. And yeah, the main one for me is just yeah, I'm just a lot more open than I was before. Um, Communication is key in a relationship as well. Is very, very, very. Evening, Donna. Yeah, communication is very high and is good. And I think you both for me, I feel for the relationship to work, you both have to be in the right place because if you both have issues, it is not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from that,
And
coming out of that, because I thought I was good, I got no issues, I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool. Coming out of that, I thought it was just that person that had certain issues and whatever they were going through. And then coming out of
mhm.
that, I realized, no, actually, I have some rooted stuff that I need to take care within myself and build
Is that
myself
when
up.
you, sorry.
And carry on.
No, you carry on, sorry, because
I'm
it
finished. That's
paused.
it. Yeah.
No, I didn't catch the last part.
What part did you not catch, Naomi?
Just the last part, because it paused for me. So, yeah, go on, say the last part.
I can't remember what I said. What did I say? No, I
Three.
was saying that going into that, I said, coming out of that relationship, I felt I was fine. I didn't have any issues in myself. I thought, okay, that person we've just finished, that he has stuff he needs to deal with. He needs to deal with that before he can move on. But then leaving that relationship which broke me, not gonna lie, broke me to pieces. And then I realized I
Mhm.
actually did work on myself. I did actually have some work that I needed to do on myself. So there were kind of issues that I didn't realize that I had to look at, deal with. pick myself up and move forward. Yeah, just like someone says, opening a Pandora's box. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it was like. When the
Okay.
relationship ended, I opened a Pandora's box to myself.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I did. And then I
So
had
is
to
that
build, then I realized I need to build on myself before I can do anything else. I need to build on myself. So that is what I
mm,
gradually started doing.
okay?
And it took
So
time.
yeah, well, yeah, and I think
I just need
time
to sip
isn't.
some tea. Sorry, carry on now.
Listen, you need to just put that cup down because I know when you sip the tea, that means that you're passing the mic to me, love. I know you too well. I know you
Carry
too
on.
damn well to not even try.
That, who's
So
pressure?
what I was going to say then, my question to you is so with realizing that it was on both sides that you both had things to work on and then
Mm-hmm.
you started working on yourself, did you realize that okay, like you love each other or there's love there but love isn't enough, and then you start doing the self work, I guess, and loving upon yourself, or
What do you mean? You mean we were together and we realized it wasn't enough, so we split up? Is that what you mean?
no, okay, let me rephrase it. Like, yeah, like basically saying that, yeah, like you're together because you
Mm-hmm.
split,
Mm-hmm.
but you still loved one another, right? But it's
See,
was it
I
that you
wouldn't.
realised that that love?
You say that, but that wasn't what. Yeah, yeah. You say that.
Shooting, shooting,
Yeah.
shooting.
See, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
Oh
split up.
Lord.
I still had those feelings for that person, but they didn't have those feelings for me.
Mm. But
So
then
anyway,
still, you realise that
but
love
even
still
though they
isn't
said,
enough,
like you
though,
said,
isn't it? Though, isn't it?
sorry, like you said there, loving that person, but love wasn't enough because that's why I was told. He said he loved me, but not enough and not in that way. But he still had love for me, but not in that.
Mm. Mm. Boy, it's just like how the measurement of love is so complex.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go through things, that is when you realize how much you do love something or someone. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it is, you know? I know I'm being broad here because I'm like trying to tiptoe out of the relationship subject because I know that you're going to be asking
Yes,
me.
coming to you, babe. So anyway, yeah, stop digressing. There's a
No,
question
but
here.
no, like the
So,
subject is love. It's really complex because I've been burned a lot, and it's not just in relationships. Well, no,
mm-hmm.
yeah, in relationships, and it could be friendship, in a
Yeah.
relationship, and every single one of them claimed to love me.
Mm.
So that's why I go to love isn't enough,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and also, uh, um, someone can argue, well, love should be enough, but then everyone's version of love is very different.
See, someone Donna's put a question here, but did you have the same love language? And I think looking
Hey,
back,
yes, I was going to
and I
say,
think looking
ugh,
back, we didn't.
my arm's hurting me already. Yeah, sorry.
I said, looking back now, I don't believe we did.
Mm. Speaking
Because
of love languages, so
because this
it's
person was
bad.
very,
Sorry, am I giving you all my nostrils? I'm giving you nostrils now.
yeah. So yeah, I think looking back now, I
Words of
don't think
affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
was that.
The five love languages, but then there actually are seven. Okay, so words of affirmation, quality. Why are you giving me the same thing? There's me. I was like, okay, I'm going to be like real journalistic tonight and have on my laptop and have everything
Why?
there.
Why you got your laptop? Put your laptop away.
I
Why you
know,
got your
babe.
laptop? This is when we're on the when we're on a telephone call. You know, we have your laptop open and searching words. Seriously, no, I don't think you do. You know, you don't. You don't do that. Why?
Don't do that, David Bedroom. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Why you have a laptop? Then let me give you two of my nostrils and flare them because that's
I'm giving you my flared nostrils. But yeah, like, is it? Yeah, agreed. Yeah, everyone's definition of love is very different.
it's very, very different.
What's that comment? Very complex. Loving someone, being in love and staying in love, it's not easy. And I
It
think,
isn't.
yes, and respect comes before love,
It
100%.
does, 100%. You have to respect each other.
Honestly, look, stop laughing at me, yo. This is, I was preparing for the subject, yeah, for you lot, right? So stop laughing.
But yeah, man, as we say, yeah, love, like I say, it is very complex. And like that person said, it starts with respect. You have to respect each other.
Mm,
Your
mm.
partners. If you fall in love, you can fall out of love.
But then, right, I won't say recently, for a while, but yeah, for a while, um, couple years, few years, yeah, more couple years. I won't say I have an issue, but I do question the whole falling in love. I don't want to fall on the floor, so I don't want to fall in love.
Stand up in it. So our phrase, stand up in the love.
Mm. But I guess like, and I say that because like my definition of love is definitely changed over the years. What I
Mm-hmm.
thought, like I've been in love, however, my definition of love back in the day was based on what I'd been exposed to and experience, do you know what I mean? And what I've been taught. And what I thought was love and my exploration of love actually got me hurt, you know, and
Okay.
confused. Um, and having to, because I didn't, ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh, I forgot to go into history. So,
Keep going, babes. Keep going. Keep going, babes. Keep going. Yeah, yeah.
keep going. Yeah, like when I read, you know, it wasn't until when I got out of the relationship and, you know, I was saying within the relationship that love was not enough. But it was when I got out of the relationship and I was just like, okay, I'm no longer doing this no more because no matter how much you tell me that you love me, you're still hurting me. So these are just words, you know, and I realized that love for me is action. Love for
Mm-hmm.
me is words of affirmation. What you say, you're going to do, you're going to commit to, you're going to continue. And if you find difficulty in doing that, you'll communicate that with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know back then about um, the love languages. But I guess like looking back, like that was me breaking down love languages, like what you say and what you
Yeah.
do, two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep on coming back to the same point. What's going to change? Because obviously love isn't, hey, Auntie Ivy, hey, Tash, hey, thank you for joining. Yeah, so yeah, big up self-love. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
definitely.
it did come down to well, how much do I really love myself? You know, and it was the I was coming up to the dirty 30s. My gosh. Like, yeah, I was, you know, 29. And I was like, I'm not bringing this into my 30s. I'm not doing it because it's, there's a breakdown And the breakdown is also within me. Like, why am I accepting this? So do I even love myself? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if love is supposed to be a right, yeah, everyone, sure. If you don't know by now, like, if I'm unable to find a word, you'll just get a sound or like me singing or something because and
Yeah,
then
go
have
back
to
to
me
watching
like
Coronation
express
Street. Bye bye. Bye bye, Miss Ivy. Go back to
cheeky,
watching Coronation. That's fine. Bye bye.
cheeky.
Cheeky. Carry on, babes.
So I still love you, Auntie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying, yeah, like love, like okay, like humans, we've created these words, but there must be a few words out of our creation that is supposed to feel nice, and love is supposed to be one of them. So
Mm-hmm.
why do I not feel great about myself? And my gosh, that was really like um the start of me exploring what love really is. And my lord, I'm still on the journey. Um and yeah, it's complex,
Very.
it's um it's been very much about me learning about how much I love myself and taking full accountability for what I've allowed to happen to myself. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to say I no longer because it took me a while for me to be like that person did that to me and they did this to me. I'm telling you off, and it was the ego. It was the ego not wanting to admit you allowed this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's catch 22 because it's not taking the responsibility away from the person that's hurting you. But then also, when you're going to take responsibility for yourself too, and be like, if you loved yourself, if you knew yourself, if you valued yourself, why did you give 5 years when it was the same pattern?
Were you
Why did
comfortable?
you,
Why
huh?
did you? Was it comfortable? Were you comfortable in the situation?
Oh Lord.
Or were you just afraid to
Comfortable.
leave because you didn't what?
There was a lot of things. There was a lot of things. There was a lot of things of like invested so much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, invested so much. Um, gave so much of myself. The hope, like the real hope. Oh my gosh, like finally here and and realizing that things, because things happen in relationships and it's between you and your partner
Yeah.
or you or whoever of how you deal with it, how you move forward, so nothing is like plain sailing. There's always going to be things that happen even out of both of you's control. um But yeah, it was sorry, going back to your question, I realized that yeah, my version of love was somewhat warped.
Mm.
It was like my love included pain, including
Right.
like you fight for it, you
Okay.
know, and there's different types of fights, you know, there's different types of fights, and all it's again, like in our culture, we're very much taught that we have to fight for everything. And just like as I got older, it's just like, do we really though? Really? Do,
Mm.
like there's challenges, yeah. and you're gonna have real hard times. Yeah, for sure. Am I getting messages from like, sorry, getting like message from like my period app saying love is in the air, and I'm like, I keep getting messages talking. I'm like, but I'm thinking, oh no, but it is Valentine's coming up, so of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that really just freaks me out. I'm like, how does Glow know what we're talking about? And that's a completely different app. Um, yeah, so yeah, from that relationship, I don't regret it. I did regret it at first, but I don't regret it. Like it, you know, when we was good, we was really good and everything. I learned so much about myself, and I'm not going to say that it wasn't real love. It was real love, and what happened, it was like it was meant to happen, and it was meant to send me on this journey of self-discovery and self-love. And why I didn't stop making mistakes after, you know. However, again, that was the path or the ocean I had to swim in to figure out who am I? Like, why did I allow these things? And where am I taking myself? Um, you know, like ideally, you know, even though I was just like, yo, I'm going into my 30s, like, be single, and I'm not going to have no stress, and da da da, you know, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, I'm going into my 30s, and I'm being asked, where's my baby one? I'm not getting married, and all of that, you know,
Yeah, them
so.
questions.
So I'd be on, I'm marrying myself and whatever, you know, but it's, as getting older, there is that pressure that we get, especially as women, like, oh, why haven't you got this? Why haven't you got that? And now that I'm 39 and fine, I'm I'm like, you know what? It will happen when it's meant to happen, and that has really come from me, really like, oh my gosh, I love myself, and I'm not going to just accept anything. And then also within that is again me taking responsibility to be like, do you know what I mean? Like, am I ready? Or when, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and still recognizing when I'm self-sabotaging or whatever. Um, Again, it's, I don't know, like you'll be asked, so when's it gonna happen? I'm like, I don't know, you tell me. You tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, God tell me, just give me a date. Give me a date. Let me be ready.
Ain't
Let
no
me be
date,
dressed.
babes. It's
I'll
there's
make sure my
somebody.
hair, my nail, know. But I don't know, like it will, yeah, obviously currently single. This isn't an advert, like me saying I'm single. Because I just
If
realised,
anyone
like,
here wants to
am I coming
slide into
across
her
like this is the first
DMs,
track?
if you want to
Hey,
slide into
if it
her
was, I should have
DMs,
put on
then
a
you know
vest
you're
in
more
it.
than welcome. Yeah.
Hey.
She's looking for requests.
Let me play some tracks. Boy. Hey.
Okay. Oh, stop it, stop it. So, okay, so that's you. So, like, so you're saying now that you literally the self love, like we said, self love is important. Like someone said earlier on, self love is important. Love yourself first. So,
Mm,
I know that's
mm,
it sounds like we've both been on that journey
mm,
or on that journey.
mm. And
Yeah,
it's
like you said,
deep.
it comes with self because until I can actually love myself first. And like you said, take accountability for things that have happened in the past and just say, yo, I mean, that happened. I forgive myself. Move forward. It's happened. It's the past. Can't change it. Move forward.
Hold on, I'm just going through some of the comments. But hold on. Yeah, you never stop learning. 100, but we all live in hope. We are all sold the dream and hope for the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes we get caught up
we're all
in the
sold the
motions.
dream.
Yes. You can't
Dream.
blame yourself. It's true. It's
You
not
can't.
about blame.
It's all, I blame the movies, man. All these films that you watch. Oh,
Yeah.
the fun. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so wonderful. Oh, they're floating on the clouds. Oh, they're holding hands.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh,
You don't
I hate
realize
films.
until we're swept out of the situation. Yeah, it's true. Like when
Mm.
you're no longer
In
when you're
it.
able to analyze
That's
like a
when you
third
realize.
party. Excuse me,
Yeah.
sorry.
I said when, like I said, when you analyze, that's when you realize.
Hey, with the rhyming. Are
Yeah,
you
it's
trying to
like you
take my
said. It's
MP?
like you
Like,
said because it's like you said because you're in. It's like any situation when you're in it, you're not really seeing it as a whole, is what it is. You're seeing it from your perspective.
Donna says that damn sleeping beauty.
Yeah, lies.
Yeah,
And
but you know what?
Rapunzel,
This is where
lies.
we need to take responsibility because does Sleeping Beauty look like us anyway?
No, but that's what we'd see. That's all we'd see, though. That's all we'd see, babes. That's all we'd
So
see.
it's true.
That's all. That's all we seen. Did we see anything
Mhm.
else? We didn't see nothing else apart from Sleeping Beauty. And then when I did see Black Woman, it was Foxy Brown, and she's roughing up the man. Them. That's the black exploitation movies with Foxy Brown. That's when I see the Black Woman owning their shit and kicking up man if they're going away. So,
Yeah, so
no,
that's the flip side. You'll go from, oh, I'm so in love with you. I'm so in love. You fuck around me. I'll
exactly.
lick your, I'll cut your neck, motherfucker. Then be like, okay then, honey. Okay. See you later.
Well, it's
She'll be
true.
like, yo, she
It's
bipolar.
true. When we were growing up, we didn't have the images. We had like that. We had Stay White. We had Sleeping Beauty. Um, yeah, them fairy tales there with the white
Might have to get a
princess.
petition and like just start suing all of these cartoons. Suing all of these cartoons. Which was my main cartoon, Winnie the Pooh. I
Okay.
don't know how I can really blame that one because he loved honey. Oh no, 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 no. After Winnie the Pooh, Lady and the Tramp. Can you remember that one? He's
That
a
is a good
tramp,
one. Yes,
but
Lady
I
and the
love him. Ah, no. Think about the song. He's a tramp, but I love him. Breaking new hearts every day. He's a tramp, but I love him. No. Yeah, misleading. And I used to sing that song from the heart. He's a tramp, dun, 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 but I love him, dun, 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 dun. Breaking new hearts every day. He's a tramp, dun, 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 but I love him. Oh, da, 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 da.
Okay, right. Okay, let's get back on track now. She's just digressing here. I was
No, it's true. How old was I? Was like 7 or something like that. That messed me up. That messed me up. That messed me up. He's a tramp, but I love him. Like, why?
right.
And then they'll
Anyway,
come
let me
in with
ask
the
you a
bass.
question.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
let's
dun,
forget
dun.
about that song now. We won't forget
No.
about this. Let's put
Okay,
it to the
okay.
side. Right. Okay. So
I'm gonna have to
still,
have conversations with my
still,
mum
yeah,
about
still
why
talking
did she
about
allow me to watch that. Go on.
right. Still talking about love and in relationships. Do you feel cultural differences play a part?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because again, we're taught to fight for everything.
Say that again.
And
Sorry, say that
like
again.
we're you see, so agree with me. And the both women end up with some true. Yeah, you see, that's from that cartoon. He's a tramp, but I love him.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, oh dear, oh dear. I think Disney are going to be getting a complaint letter from me. I remember those words up until today. And I was still,
Wow.
anyhow, we'll move on. But
Yeah,
what
so
was your
anyway, so,
question?
so cultural differences, people that um, they come from two different cultures.
It definitely, yeah, definitely cultural differences play a part. Hey Jennifer, hey, thanks for joining us. Um, yeah, cultural differences definitely um play a part. Again, like going back to what I was saying earlier, um, within our community, we're taught to, or told to like fight for, like you really want something, you fight for it. And it's like to what extent? What extent when it's like it's a natural thing just to be fighting for everything, and it's not just within relationships, it's just in
Mm-hmm.
day to day. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the struggle is real. Like, I don't want it to be real. I don't, it's just like there's other cultures or other races who they don't relate to that. And I know yeah, they don't relate to that. They don't have to. And it's when the fight becomes, so when the fight trickles into your relationship, it's just like that's where peace is supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
So I can remember, actually I say remember when I was younger, but I still hear, even like, yeah, even up until present day, and I'll hear people who they really don't understand love languages or what their love language is or what the aim of love is, because it's like if there's not drama, then it's like the spice isn't there. And I'm like, why does the spice have to be the fight? You know? Like there has to be an argument for you to get your point across, or for you to come to that medium to know, I don't know, for them to listen. And it's just like, does it have to, it doesn't, I'm not asking because I know that doesn't have to exist, but then again, it's what is your version of love? What is your version of love, and why does it have to escalate to get to that point? For you to feel like you're being loved,
Mm-hmm.
you know? It's yeah, yeah. Have I answered your question?
What was my question? I can't remember.
Yeah, this is how our phone conversations go. She'll ask me a question, I will start digressing and going all over the place, and then she will forget what she asked me, and then yeah, this is bloody hilarious. So
No,
what are
I
your
asked you, is it about the cultural differences?
yeah.
That was my question. That's why I asked. That is why I asked you. Yeah, yes, darling. Yeah, please tell us
Start laughing.
cultural differences. Differences. So, for example, so like so the relationship you were in that ended, were you both from the same culture?
No,
Okay.
but we was
And do
both
you think
black.
that you were both black but different culture?
Hmm.
Okay. So even though, yeah, you were both black, one, you're from two different cultures. So sometimes did that was that sometimes what's the word I'm using? Okay, what I'm trying to say. Do you think that kind of played a part, being different cultures with the breakdown of the relationship?
um, in some part, I would say yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because the differences. I think it was realizing, not for me, but more for them, of, well, there was, hmm, of culturally who they would rather settle down with, if that makes
Right,
sense.
okay.
So being with somebody outside of the culture, or being with
Right.
somebody with yeah, within the culture, where on the surface it wasn't an issue,
Mm-hmm.
but in the deep root it was,
Right.
and but it was being denied, even though there was comments and things being said, but it was being denied. So there wasn't that transparency, um, of what are you thinking? Do you know what I mean? um, where do we stand? And again, it goes back to the love languages, because I'm words of affirmation. So even though, opening, like, I am, I'm like, oh, I'm in love. Well, yeah, like being in love is amazing, you know, but there is that, like, being vulnerable and being open. But just in general, I am very open, and I would, and I talk. But it's, yeah, going back to the words of affirmation, and yeah, like what you say you do, and having that communication, um and being truthful within your communication. But it was me doing the talking, and me having to ask questions, and having to be really, yeah, having to find different ways to get an answer,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, our our love languages was different. The way that we communicate was different, and it did become an issue. It was a huge issue. um yeah. So have I answered your question?
Yes, babes, you answered my question. You did, Amy. You did answer. Thank you very much. It's fine.
You're
Just take
most
your time.
welcome. You're most welcome. Right, so
Okay.
now I'm going to sip my cup, because you keep on sipping on your cup. I'm
I have.
sipping.
I think my tea gone a bit cold. Oh, yes, it Donna said, but two people can be from the same culture but cut from a different cloth. Period. It's true. It's very true. You don't have to be, even though you're the same culture. You can, like you said, you can be still two very, very different people coming from very, very different places. So,
Mm, mm.
but I just wanted to ask that question to
Yeah,
find out if
and
you
it's just
thought about different
that,
cultures.
do you think,
Oh,
either of
so
you could have done
lovely. All this love,
anything?
all this love, all this love. Sorry, what'd you say?
No, there's a comment. Hold on. Do you think either of you could have done any? Why does it keep on going? Anything? anything different to change how you communicated to each other. Yeah, that was definitely something that we worked on. And it got better, but it just still wasn't enough. And that was where, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, of knowing like how much more of myself am I going to keep on not just giving, losing? How much more of myself was I going to keep on losing in hope? Because I have an issue with that word hope. Hope
Oh,
is a myth.
yeah, certain words I don't use.
Yeah, it's just like what you're hoping for. And I have to, like, if you know me well and you'll see my face screw up when I say certain words, because that's the face I make to myself, like, Nima, what you saying that word for? Because it's not progressive. Hope isn't it's been sold to us. Do you know what I mean? It's been translated to us as that it is, but it's not progressive.
No.
And in especially something into, well, not just with everything, but in when it's coming to a relationship, it's like I can't hope for the best, not after so long, you know? But it's just like, no, I shouldn't have to keep on hoping. I need, it's either it is or it isn't, you know? And it's like, you're going to go through your motions. You're going to
Mm.
go through your motions. But I know when we're going through the motions, even when I can't stand your ass, I'm with you. But are you with me? Even when you can't stand me, like, are you still with me? Do you still choose me? I can't hope that you're going to choose me. Mm-mm. I can't keep
You
on
just
hoping that you're
stand
going to
firm
choose
in
me.
that, boy. You need to stand firm in that.
Mm. So yeah, it's but love, I definitely, regardless, like, I still very much believe in love. I'm not going to say I fully understand it, because
Mm.
again, it's um there's so many different compartments that I know, even like on my self-love journey compared to a few years ago, I like, oh my gosh, I love myself so much. But I know,
That's good. Yes. You do that, man. You can never love yourself too much, in my opinion. I love myself a lot.
yeah, but I know that there's still so much more for me to grasp on what self-love is. And I know that it's like I'm currently single, but
She's
when I
plugging
get
herself
into,
again. She's plugging again, people. So just slide in the DMs if there's anyone that wants to.
oh yeah, the first chat. Hey, stop it. Should I go and change into my vest?
No syllabate challenges around here, love. No, no, sir.
So it's coming up to Valentine's Day. Oh, 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 oh. Not really. So, um, I think, so I'm being so silly what I was talking about. But yeah, like, there's so many depths that I know that, like, for myself with self-love. So, when I'm around different people, even regardless when when I next, I'm in a committed relationship, um, or even like with friendships or family members, or when, when you're like, oh yeah, I understand that now. I understand that,
Yeah.
like, oh, like you've got a category, let me think of, could be about boundaries. And then you're like, yeah, I've got it now. I've got it. I've nailed it. I understand boundaries and I'm going to stick to it. And then you realize that you're in a situation where you're not sticking to your own boundaries, you know? You're not sticking to your own boundaries. And then it goes back into that big part of self-love of like, oh, okay, you thought that you had it, but you still got some work to do. And that is going to, you continue to work on yourself until we transition.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm,
You're always working on self.
mm,
Even though yeah,
mm,
your self-love is evident, make sure that is there and you have that, but it's continue to do the work. The
mm,
work is never
mm.
finished.
Yeah. And then so even
The work is
like
never
when
finished.
next being in a relationship, um, there'll be things that will be tests.
Mm.
There'll be segments that's going to test, and it's going to be like, oh, okay, like, being out of my comfort zone, and being in another zone where, like, because I believe, and I know that I'm very much, I say I'm very much comfortable with being vulnerable when I keep on fumbling over my damn words as we're talking about love right now. I'm usually used to being vulnerable, but I know that there's going to be a different set of me that's going to be put to the test when I'm in a relationship, when I do meet somebody, you know? Um, yeah, so it's yeah, the work is ongoing. The work is ongoing, but I love myself a whole lot more than I ever have.
Yes. Yes. That
Mm.
I like to hear that. Yes, I need some incense and burning up in the
I know,
place.
but I've got some sage to get out of my sage.
I have some vanilla candle. It smells delicious.
So, in your opinion, do you think that then two people from different love languages? I think, yeah, I think if you have different
Compatible.
love
Yeah.
languages, that you can still be compatible because it's about compromise. And if you're both open and communicating and you recognize what your love language is, then, and you're willing, and going back to what Donna was saying about respect,
Mm,
you're respecting one another. Because no one, even like with friendships, our love languages are different.
definitely.
Our love languages are different, but we make it work. So why does it have to be any different with your partner? You know, it shouldn't have to be any different. Like we're compromising. I have no issues with compromising. If you're unwilling to compromise, then
Yeah, if you're both willing, if it's just me alone, then nah, that ain't. If it's just me alone, it's not gonna work. But like you said, it's
mm,
communication, and you're
mm,
both
mm,
recognizing that you have different love languages, so you're learning from
mm,
each other.
and then because like the thing is with the love languages is that even though I know I'm big on words of affirmation, quality time is essential also. So I don't think that you don't just, it's not like, okay, yours is, it's only one. Like it could be a mix of a few of them, and it depends on the journey as well, like the different things that you're going through. So words of affirmation is like for this section, and
Hmm.
then acts of service is for, another area. So yeah,
When you said quality time, yeah, is that
yeah.
you mean quality time with your partner? Because right now we're in a lockdown situation, babe. So if we're not,
Mm.
is not marriage or not live together, or not is not getting that quality time if you live apart.
Okay, so
In this
even like,
in this lockdown in these lockdown times, people need to be doing screechy. And remember back in the day, people was doing screechy, and they were saying you could not allowed to do a screechy. You can't stay over people's yard, but some people was doing the screeches. Yo, this lockdown is that is. Oh.
Yeah, so it's testing. I know it's
It's
testing a lot of
testing. It's
relationships.
testing a lot of relationships. There's
And this
people
is where
that
the creativity comes into it. Having to be
creativity.
creative.
In what way, babes? In what
Oh,
way would you be creative, babes? Because you can't see that. How would you do that? Enlighten me. I'm new to this. Creativity.
creativity in like, okay then, well, okay, so you don't live with one another, but it's spending more time with one another on the phone. So just like you're used to, let's say someone's used to like speaking in person and
Mm-hmm.
always having access to someone, or even if they don't always have access to someone, don't incriminate yourself. I know, I know, I
Me
know.
have to ask the question because she said be creative. So me want to know what she mean by be creatives. Because you're on the phone and talk and you're talking. That's just talking. That is not creativity. That's just talking. You talk all the while, innit? You talk on the phone. What is the creativity in talking on the phone? What? A different emoji in the text? You're talking a different language? You mean do? I mean, I know what you mean. Creative. Date is
Date is
Tesco aisle
Tesco
9.
aisle
What's in aisle?
nine.
I don't even know what's in aisle 9. Meet me by the condiments at 12:50.
Oh gosh.
I'll be by the baked beans.
Oh gosh.
So you said being creative, babes.
Yeah, like you'll just find different ways of being creative and keeping the communication going. Just like,
Yeah.
you know, I've known some people that they are only good communicating in person. They don't like the phone, they don't respond to text messages, or they just find it, they're just awkward. So
Mm,
awkward with phones.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, I just rather talk face to face. And just like, okay, those types of people now, if they're in a relationship or want to get to know somebody, and they're not they're unable to just physically just show up, they're going to have to be creative if they really want to get to know somebody or be with someone, remain with them. It's just like, okay, if you're in two different cities and um
Telephone love. It sounds so sweet every time. Boo! A telephone love. Boo!
hmm,
Sorry, I just
yeah,
telephone love. Telephone love.
yeah. So it's spending more time getting to know one another, um, communicating on the phone, video call, text messages.
Video
Well,
call,
why?
eh? Yeah, video call.
Yeah, so you see each other's
Yeah, video call.
face,
Faces, very true.
and it's again and realizing that, and if people don't realize now after what we're going through, when they're going to realize that, you know what, things don't always go your way, and how are you going to adapt? And also, are you going to use this? Is this like an excuse because you're
What do
not
you
getting
mean?
what you want?
What do you mean use as an excuse?
Like, you're not willing to make more effort to make it work. I don't know. Or is it that, or are you both cool with the lack of communication? I don't know. you know? Yeah, because actually, speaking of that, yeah, I'm going to be passing the mic back to you, love, in a bit.
Me take the time soon. Oh, it's 9. It's not after 9. We soon get cut off.
In a Joanne, yeah, phone box, phone box. So the last guy that I was getting to know and things were going fine. Yeah, there was somewhat going well.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, actually, yeah, things were going well. But then the closer that we got, so we went from, because we're in two different cities, of being on the phone a lot and talking a lot, great conversation, and, really liking one another, and etc., etc. And then um, his disclaimer,
Mm-hmm.
his disclaimer was that, so, okay, so we're like, possibly be in a relationship. But when we are, he's going to be so busy that he can't talk.
Yeah, I say
He
what?
won't be able to talk.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. And and then I was just like, oh okay, oh okay. So how long are you going to be busy for? He's like, oh, it could be anything from six months to 18 months.
Sorry. What? So he's not going to speak to you for 6 months?
No, he would, but it would be the complete opposite to what we was already doing. Like we're talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Hey Leroy, hey, thanks for joining us again.
Sorry. Six
Yes,
months.
Donna. And this was like the disclaimer for just in case we get in a relationship. And I was just like, there's not going to be no just in case. How? So he was like, oh, like I'm checking. Sorry, we've
So
gone
what
from like
word?
talking about
What word?
love and yeah, but it's all relationship. But
Yes,
yeah,
otherwise
like
he's saying to you already before you get in.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
down the line, if
yeah.
you don't
It
hear
just,
from me
yeah,
or
it just,
anything, then it's because I'm busy. Don't be belling up my phone. That's what it's
yeah.
literally telling
So
you.
I was just
Don't
like,
be belling up my phone.
okay.
Don't be
But
phoning me. Just wait till you hear from me. Don't be belling up my phone because,
hey, Fiona, hey,
like I said before, I'm busy for six to 18 months. So if I'm busy,
yeah,
but in other
yeah.
words,
And I
don't be
was just
ringing off
like,
your man's
oh,
phone.
18 months,
Don't be ringing
right?
off his phone. Don't be ringing off his phone because he said to you, "Do not disturb me for six to
Yeah.
eighteen
But
months.
then you
Leave
know
me
what the
alone."
joke was, right? Okay, so I was just like, oh, okay. So you're going to be busy. You don't know, like, the work can really be that busy that it could be anything from 6 months, but the longest he's ever been busy before was 18 months. That is so, it's just like, I just don't know. It just depends on the projects. And I was like, well, if you're a contractor, you'll know how long those contracts are for, right? And also, it's about priorities. If you have a priority that you want to make this work, then you'll make it work. But I was just like, okay, okay. What did I say after that? And I was like, I said,
Bye.
so
Did you say bye?
I was just like,
Over
oh,
to
so
one, do one.
I asked a couple more questions, which was because I was finding it quite funny because I'm just like, this dude thinks he must think that I'm like that he's done a T-Pain. Do you know what I mean? Or that I'm singing T-Pain like I'm all love drunk or whatever. No. Um, so he was like, he will like he's a solution based person, right? So he would check in to make sure that everything's okay, and then as long as everything goes okay, then it's cool, and then he can get back to what he's doing. Right, so imagine my head was like, this is not who I've been talking to for these past couple months, and when we've gone on dates, this is not who I've been talking to. who
Mm.
who did it, or
Where was
who
the
did he think?
contract for you? Someone just asked where was the contract
Yeah,
for you to
exactly.
sign.
Exactly. Exactly. So I was just like, it was like two different people. But then the joke was, because remember, I sound like, okay, then he's telling me that when he's busy, he's not going to pick up the phone and that he'll check in. So it's not me being petty, right? It's not me being petty. But I was just like, I'm
Okay,
busy.
no, it's not. No, it's not. What
I
did you
was
do?
busy. And I genuinely was busy.
For 3 months? Did you say for three? I'm busy for a month. I'm busy. So what I'll do, I'll check in. I just check in.
I generally was. So from that conversation, it was, it was completely different to what he was trying to make me believe. Like, it's like, okay, then your communication, you tell me what you think I want to hear and not actually, do you know what I mean? Like, you're just not
Yeah,
straightforward.
yeah. What?
But I
That's
was so happy when you did. So yeah, I was genuinely busy, and I thought, you know what? I'll pick up the phone when I'm ready, like when I really have time, because I'm obviously not priority. So
mm.
that box that you was coming nearer to, you've been taken out. Like, you're not going to tell me that
1618
you're going to
bucks, I'm
schedule
sorry.
when you pick up a phone to
Oh,
me,
contract. This is
pick up
too
a
funny.
call to me. Yeah, I don't even know why did I even go into that. Why did I even bring
I
that
think I
up?
remember you telling me that. I remember you telling me that. And you got the same reaction. It's like I've heard the story for the first time.
I don't want these stories no more.
Oh dear. But I
I'm
think
with
when you
you. I
told
was
me,
just like, no,
when
no,
you
no.
when you first said it to me, I was over the phone, so I did my look, so you couldn't see my look. But this time I just burst out laughing because I just think it's hilarious.
No, laugh away, laugh away, laugh away. And the thing is, the joke is, then he became angry at me. It was a joke, but you know what? Again,
Double standards. Why?
we were
See,
talking and getting to know each other. It was like 2 months, and he thought that he'd obviously, well, again, I don't want to assume what he thought, but there was a huge change within the 2 month period, and that's when I nipped it in the bud. I was just like, who I was introduced to, who I've been going on dates with,
mhm,
you know, and again, like going back to the, communication, because it was in two different cities, so we would meet up and go on dates. And yeah, we're in two different cities, so we'd have to keep up that communication if you really want to get to know one another. So to go from spending hours on the phone with one another, and falling asleep on the phone to one another, it was quite sweet to then go to, yeah, so you know how things are now, it's going to change when we're in a relationship. Not not asking me out. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to be with you. There's not any of that talk of how we're going to move forward. Just like telling me that when we do move forward, communication's going to be scrapped. I'm going to be busy. And even to the point of, hold on, so is this what you expect to do with, so 18 months, you're talking about children, you just
mm,
check in on, like, is not saying like in 18 months' time, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, we was going to have children and be married by then. Or even I was thinking, but like, that's like imagine like a couple of years down the line, and all that the husband is doing is checking in with his, like Joanne said, with his key card, like, yeah, just want to make sure that everything's cool, nothing needs fixing. Okay.
oh dear.
So yeah, I don't know why I got into that subject, but yeah, I find it just quite, yeah, I find that looking back, it was just like definitely, I won't even say that he forgot who he was speaking to, because we were still getting to know one another, but that was a pattern. Of course, to
Mm,
me, it was just like there was a pattern. And when I pulled him up on that, he realized that, okay, this pattern doesn't work with everyone, isn't going to work with everyone. And that for me, okay, so bringing it back to love, me, again, that's me showing me how much I love myself and what I'm willing to commit to. Because there are those that would stay there and hope that it would change, that would hope and would
Mm-hmm.
buy into the potential. And before you know it, you are swooped up because you're so invested. You put so much time into it. But yeah, that was funny. I think about it now. Really, really try to convince me. Really try to convince me. But it was interesting. It's two different people within that
Yeah.
one person when I spoke, it was like, yeah, there's two different people. Person I was introduced to who was then, it was just like, oh, wow. But I'm glad that I noticed that within 2 months.
Yeah. Like you said, you were communicating, did you say just over the phone mainly? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All you
Mm.
invested was your minutes from your phone, nothing more.
But
I said all you really invested was the minutes from your phone.
well, hmm yeah, but then, we did go on a
Your
few
time
days.
and your
Yeah,
minutes.
time.
Your
But then
time and
again,
your
like,
minutes.
yeah, time is a myth, but still, again, like we did go on a few dates and all, and but yeah, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Me when I was
Yes.
younger, me when I was younger, might have entertained it for a little bit longer, because I didn't value my time as much as I did as I got older. So,
Mm.
but
Appreciate things a
you
lot
never
more as we get
answered
older, man.
what was your love languages
What do you mean?
out
You
of the
never asked
five?
me.
Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, physical touch.
Oh, say again. What did you say? Words of affirmation. Actually, what are yours? You didn't say what yours were.
I know I told you that
No, you
it's
didn't.
mainly quality time and words of affirmation, but I won't say no to gift.
Oh, I do like a gift. I do actually. I do get gifts. I must say, I'm very lucky. I'll be getting gifts, and I'm enjoying them. The little gifts, just little things, just little
So
things.
what's the
Because
difference?
it's not something that I'm used to, and I'm not a person that was used to taking compliments either. I'd be like, really, things I don't think. Are you sure? But now I take the compliments gladly, and I just say thank you, and the gifts I receive, and say thank you also too.
When did you realize that you had issues with receiving compliments?
Oh, it was when I was in my previous relationship
Right.
because he was a very affectionate person. Um, yeah, so he was very. Did you say was one of the languages touching, feeling? What was it? What's one of the languages?
Physical
Feeling.
touch.
So that's it. That's it. Touching, feeling, whatever. It's the same thing. Touchy, feeling, physical touch is the same thing as touching. Yeah. So he was very touchy, feely, um, very expressive. Like I said I loved you a lot. And he was always giving me compliments, even for me first, not always giving me compliments. And I was like, oh, okay. I'd be like, all right, okay. But I think, what's wrong with this dude? Why does he keep saying this all the time? Then if you said to me, Fiona, accept it. I'm saying this. I was like, okay, all right. Hmm. I was still a bit weary. But then getting into the relationship, I realized, what, accept the compliments. And
Mm.
when I did work on self, one thing I learned is that whatever people say, be it a good compliment or a bad compliment, it's that person's opinion. It's not your business. Just listen to what they say and then let it go. Be it good,
Mm.
be it bad, that's their opinion, whatever it is.
Mm.
So literally,
Mm.
so I've learned that going forward. So a good compliment, whatever it's a bad compliment, I'll just say whatever it is, I receive it with thanks and I say thank you, thanks, thanks.
So can I ask you, well, I was going to say, can I ask you a question? But of course I can't. I knew you was going to give me that face.
Mm-hmm. You see, don't mind. This is giving her. Oh, hopefully we'll lock off in a bit because we've been on it for over an hour. You said you had to go at 9:30. I think it's 9:30.
It's not 9:30 yet. We've got 7 minutes, but I can give you in 10 minutes, 15 actually.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
you in love?
Am I in? Oh, that's a question. Oh. Actually, I can't. In this moment in time, I am in love with myself. Yes.
Okay. To the lovely gentleman, you don't let me call out his full government name.
Oh Lord.
To the lovely gentleman who is buying gifts. Don't let me call out his full government name.
He's going to be seeing this. Oh, dear.
Wait, and he's going to see that you're resisting answering my question. Are you regretting saying that we should? Let's do some lives. Don't call me on the phone. Call me on Instagram. Okay. Compose yourself. Are you in love, babes?
Truthfully and honestly, I will say at this moment, maybe I could be. Maybe I could be. But it's not something I want to say, and I haven't said it to the person, if that makes sense. Admitting it, say, for example, if I was, I'm admitting it here before I admit it to the person.
Okay.
If that makes sense to you. Maybe it doesn't.
It does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because at the same time,
I just need to
I
admit
get,
it to myself. And right now, I
yeah,
literally,
there's
I'm
parts,
probably,
I get like privacy.
yes, privacy. Boo. Privacy. Boo.
I'll give it to
Privacy.
you. Oh, hey, Ron. Hey, Lex. Hey, Lexus. Oh, wow. How you doing? But yeah, so do you want us to move on from that question?
Next.
Or do you want to delve deeper on are you if
Deeper into what?
love? We're talking about love, darling. Like you knew that I was
I know
gonna.
we are. I know we are. I know we are. I know we are. We're talking about love. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, carry on.
So,
But like
what
you
have
said, I think
you?
with this lockdown thing, because we're in two different cities, so it's like not seeing each other. So it's just keeping that communication going over the phone.
Mm,
When it's not a case of every day.
mm,
It could be every other day or every 2, but with that communication, we're still keeping that communication. So we
mm,
wouldn't talk
mm,
every day, but we're messaging each other. If we're not messaging each other, then we're talking on the phone. So that
mm.
communication is there. But why are you looking
Oh,
at me like that, Naomi?
you know, oh, I'm just so happy for you. That's why I'm
Thank
giving you the
you.
face.
Thank you. I
Yeah, you're
accept
saying
that.
thank you, but you're giving me that face like you're not accepting it. You better
I'm
embrace this.
accepting it. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you. Thanks, babes. I do appreciate. Thank you very much.
No, it's lovely to see you happy. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And the main thing is, are you genuinely happy? And you are. So
yeah, man. I'm happy.
So you being happy makes me happy. Just trying to think if there's anything. I know there's so bless up, love from the belly button,
Really button.
long distance
Long
love
distance
sucks,
love
but keep the
sucks, but
fire
keep the flame
burning.
burning by communication.
Viking.
Yeah, it's
Long
true.
distance.
Long
It is.
distance.
It is challenging.
I've, yeah.
Long distance. It is challenging. Hey Sarah. Hey Boo. Yeah, it is challenging. I've been there.
Yeah,
I've
me
been
too.
there.
Been
However,
there,
I
done it.
wouldn't. Huh?
Yeah, me too. Long distance, yeah.
Hmm. But it's kind of like it is what it is. You don't know when you're going to meet someone, and it's just like, oh, okay, you're going to tone it down because of distance.
Mm.
Me personally, I wouldn't, and I haven't.
Hmm.
Like, if you're willing to try, if it's worth it, it's worth it. You'll figure out. You'll realize if it's not worth it.
Yeah, very true.
Just trying to think of.
Yvonne said, "Don't let me start." What you starting with, Yvonne? What you starting with, Miss Joseph, Mrs. Joseph 660?
Okay,
What are you gonna start? Let us start.
is it going to be like a whole paragraph in the comments? Or a few
I
of
think
them.
yeah, I think she might be able to tell us a bit about long distance love, innit, babes? Yeah, and
I,
your
I would say I haven't done. Oh, when I was in Brussels, I did date somebody in France, but I
mm-hmm.
haven't done. But Brussels and France is really close. I haven't done like super long distance. Like before that, it will be different cities, like being in the UK, but two different cities,
Yeah.
you know? But I don't know. Again, it's not just about, it's about analyzing the whole picture, you know? And being honest with yourself about everything and questioning everything and why you believe in everything, you know? And how much you're both putting into everything, but how much you're both not putting into everything and not falling for the Disney films, you know?
They're all doo doo. I do still like them, but the end they just doo doo. The endings are doo doo.
Yeah,
Giving us
that
all
you do
Have
the
you seen
honest
them
and trust.
giving us false hope?
So yeah, it's you know, because like looking back again, like I put my hands up when, you know, instead of being like, oh, you did this to me, you did that to me, it's just like, what did I allow you to do to me? Because I know there's been times when I chose to ignore the red flags.
Mm. Someone just said, Miss Gray, you try Nottingham? You said Brussels. You said France.
You try, oh hey, Miss Gray, you try Nottingham. Do you mean like dating in Nottingham? Yeah, I've dated in Nottingham. Um, but my serious relationship was I was in initially in Nottingham, he was in London, and then I knew that I was moving to London, you know? I don't know if that is that what you mean. Um, yeah, like I'm open to I'm not here saying that love has to because I'm oh my gosh, I'm not putting out no adverts. I was like, I'm currently in here's my postcode. But I think, yeah, personally for me, and again, like I respect everyone's views. It's not, you know, because I have some friends that they can't do that, but I'm open to love not being on my front door. Do you know what I mean? like I'm a traveler at heart. So that I'm open to, even if we were both in the same city, doesn't mean that we're going to end up staying in that city. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah. So I could be in London and they're in another city, or I could be in Nottingham and they're in another city. I'm open to that. But it is about, again, like at the beginning stages, it's trial and error. Everything's trial and error.
Like Yvonne said, trust the process. Is
Mm,
that what she
mm,
said? Yeah, it's a prayer. Trust the. It's true. You just have to trust the process.
mm,
Trust each other. Keep the communication and trust the process.
mm. And if there's questions about the process, have a conversation about it.
Absolutely, have a conversation about it. That's right.
Mm. And if you're not having that conversation, and if you're okay, oh, thank you, sorry, yeah, like there's trust in the process, but then there's believing in the process. Like, whose process are you trusting in? Are you trusting in what you want to get out of it? Or are you trusting in the potentials? Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, but then that's the conversation you would both need to have then.
But does everyone have that? That again, like,
That's the thing. If you're
com
not having that conversation, are you ready for that relationship? Where it's going to be taking you.
mm, 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 mm. Oh, this subject is so
See,
complex.
Ivan said intuition, and the thing is,
It
intuition is a bitch.
is
because
because I know it, and you know,
because we know
I'm
we
like,
feel it,
I
we
knew
feel
it.
it, because I'm sure that as women we feel it, but a lot of time we don't act on it until hindsight, and we come out of the situation. We're like, you see, I did feel something, but I was thought, you know what, I let it slide. It's all right, it's okay. In
Mm,
my gut, I kind
mm,
of felt like, you see, what I've
mm.
learned from intuition. Listen to it.
Yeah, 100%. You know, like
Listen to
my
it. If
pattern back in
something
the day.
doesn't feel right, it ain't right. Simply.
Mhm.
Does it feel
And
right?
don't
Bring it
wait
up
to
and
get,
address it. Don't wait for it to lick it in your forehead
yeah,
and leave a bump right there on the side of my forehead like this. Oh my god, yes, so just don't wait for it to do that. Just lick it in your face, bud up in your nose
like,
hole.
oh
Mm-mm.
yeah, oh, like, oh, where did that come from? And it's just like, do you want more licks? Do you want
Boof,
more licks for you to understand
boof,
this isn't for you, or
boof,
this is what it is?
boof.
Oh. But yeah,
Um,
like I know we've been mainly talking about love within romantic relationships, but yeah, like it's again like with all relationships, even in family, friendships, like
yeah. I think
love.
love within family, to me, can be kind of complicated because, like they say, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. And I know they say you should love, there's certain people you should love unconditionally, but sometimes that relationship is just breaking down.
Mm,
And you can be trying your hardest, yeah, but you're my family, and I have to love you because you're my family. Nah,
mm,
if that person is not good for you, they're
mm,
literally no good for you internally. They're making you ill. You need to step away. And no matter how
mm,
hard that is, just because you're related by blood, sometimes that
mm,
doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. They're the ones
mm.
that will hurt you the most because they know you will
It's
keep coming
true.
back.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
They know you will keep coming back. Why? Because you're related. So
Mm,
I'll hurt you. Okay, I'll hurt you again. You're gonna come back anyway, innit? But nah, sometimes you have to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I
and I
love
guess
you, but
with
I will love you from a distance.
mm,
I love you
and I
from a
guess with that
distance.
as well is like you keep. Sorry, how was I going to phrase it? Like you keep going back to what you think or what you believe. Let's say, like, yeah, going back to love not being enough and their standard of love, and like going back to, because you're like, oh, okay, oh yeah, like we're family and we love one another, but is it really love? Or is it
Exactly.
that you are just literally related?
There you go.
Just because you're related doesn't mean that you love one another.
Very true. Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't ask to be one, you didn't request. You didn't request for that person to be in your life. So is it really love? You know? So it's yeah, subject of love, it's complex. It's complex. I think we missed some comments. Then, oh, I really don't think it's about distance. If there is love, people will travel miles. Call me romantic. It's true. It's
It's true,
true. And going back to what I was saying, that I agree with. Ooh, ooh. So we have negated our intuition, so we will get an ancestral lick. Yup. It's so true.
yeah.
I don't want to feel that ancestral lick again. Mm-mm.
Burup.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But yeah, love is
Yeah,
complex, and
love is what yeah, you know, what is it? Why do we use that word? Why is it that word? I'm like,
mm-hmm.
what, why is it that word? Why is it that? What's the fascination and the hang? What is the fascination about that word? What is the hang up about that word? Because when you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, when we were deciding what we were going to do, we were like, when we chose, we were like, oh no, there's a hang up on the word. This is a big hang up on the word, love. Why?
I don't love this. I'm not in love with this process. I've fallen out of love with this process, with this
Yeah, like it's
Instagram
just
live process. But it's interesting because, like, again, us humans, we've created this language for us to understand. And what we don't understand is that our understanding doesn't even touch really what our meaning of life is, what the real meaning of life is.
no.
You know, like we're learning constantly every day. So what we believe,
And what we believe and what we've been told and taught,
yeah,
I would say as
and
well.
what, you know, even like with not trusting our intuition, just shows how far removed you are from yourself,
Mm.
you know? So the concept of love that we are taught, again, this isn't a request, God, it's not a request, but it's going to be interesting. I'm far from requesting, but it will be interesting once transition commences of, like my understanding of love, is it going to match?
Mm.
But again, we won't know until I transition, until we all transition. But it's just like, it's us humans, we're interesting beings. We really are.
Very complex.
Mm,
We're
mm,
very different. Not one of us is the same.
mm. And yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. We could both agree on the same thing, like, oh yeah, my love language is quality time. But the way you spend your quality time is so different.
Exactly, totally different. Right now, I ain't getting none of that quality time. I'm just getting phone time.
No, but that is quality time though. It's a different type of quality time.
Yeah. That's all I
Oh,
can
you're
get right
missing
now,
the
isn't it?
boo. Someone's missing their boo.
Gotta be, that's all I gotta deal with. That's all I, yeah, that's it, innit? It's phone.
Yeah, that's still quality time. Like you're still making time for communication. It's
Mm-hmm.
when you're not making time to communicate, that's when it's, it will become it becomes an issue. Yeah, we've been from young but still struggling to understand.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
true. And
It's
like you said,
yeah.
like you said with the love, it's like what we've seen, like we mentioned earlier, the movies we've grown up on, the cartoons we've seen, what what we see in society and what society has told us growing up. Love is this, you have to be this, you have to do that to be in love, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, until you research, do your own kind of research and you realize what love is to you. You know what I mean? Yes. Oh, yeah, you have to find out what it actually means to you and what it is to you. Because like we said,
Yeah.
you could
But
all
then
say
also,
it means different things to different people.
hmm, yeah. And even like going back to self-love, what do you do when you're on your own? What makes you feel happy when you're okay, do we need to change the subject, babes? I can't take you. Are you ready? Oh,
So,
oh my gosh. I'm so, isn't it? Going back to how long is your longest relationship? Longest relationship for me was nearly 6 years. How about
mine
yourself?
was, how long was that? Was it 3 years? I think.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think it was three.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, it was three. Yeah, I feel it
mm.
might be 3 years. I started in this game quite late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the eyes are popping out and asking, is
What's that? What is that? I
is the
can't.
conversation going there?
What? Say that again.
Because we're talking about quality time with oneself,
Oh, this has
and
got
your
left.
face went left, darling.
Oh, someone just said that their longest relationship is 14 years. So are you still in that relationship? Let's
Hmm.
see. Are you still in that relationship?
Yeah, Donna, Yvonne, come and help your girl because I did not take this conversation this way, and I'm giving a disclaimer right now. I am not talking about.
You'd ask the question.
One does not know what she is referring to. One does not know what she is referring to. One does not know.
I
Yes, she's still in the
read.
relationship. Current 10 years. Amazing. That's so lovely.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're still in the foot in you. That's amazing.
Mm, mm.
See, yeah. Tell us. You need to tell us
Yeah,
how.
Donna, come and help your girl because one does not understand. One does not
I said
understand.
I didn't. It actually didn't even answer the question. I didn't answer the question.
You
I just.
answered it with your face, but I think we need to move on
And what I was
because
going to say, what I do is I read in
you
my spare
read.
while yeah, I do. I read. It's quite a few books that I read.
Okay, so that's like one of
Or
your.
certain things that I do. Or I'm on YouTube researching stuff, and yeah. But yeah, I read.
Hmm. Okay, so
Do my self development. Like we said, still learning to love myself and yeah, doing work on myself.
hmm, okay.
What do you mean? Okay, what's the okay?
No, because I just had a
Mm-hmm.
one is not going there. One is not.
Where are you not going? Do you want it's your face view? What is wrong with what is wrong with my face?
Exactly.
What is wrong
Exactly.
with my face?
Tell her. It's her face. It's her face. Oh gosh. So yeah, though, you know what? You've made me completely forget like the whole reason of why I asked you that question.
Yeah, why did you ask me that
Yeah,
question?
like you like going into a relationship or the relationship that you have with yourself, the self-love, the
Mm-hmm.
love that you have for yourself.
Yeah.
My gosh. Yeah, the love that you have for yourself and how you spend quality time with yourself and then sharing that with your partner, you
At
know?
this point, so how I
No, I
do
mean
that?
like in general, yeah, in general. So even like when you're learning, what you're learning, you share with your partner.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, I guess I do.
Yeah.
So, no, certain extent, like I said, so I'm still learning. So sometimes I'm like, wow, I've delved deep into this, and that's my personal experience, and that's like that literally is for me.
Mm,
So not everything when I'm doing the personal development I will share because I know I need to. Sometimes I need to go deep to the root of things and figure that out for myself.
mm. Yeah. And then there's times when it's not about holding secrets, but not
No,
everything
I'm not
has
saying
to
that's
be
not
said.
holding a
You know
secret.
what I
No.
mean?
Huh?
Yeah, not everything has to be said. It's not that
Mm-mm.
you're not sharing, but you don't have to always vocalize it. It is
Yeah,
within your
that's it.
action. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So, is there any other areas of this subject, darling, that you would like to explore, to talk on
People,
before we?
anything else anything you'd like to ask us, people, anything you'd like to
Yeah, is there
ask
anything that I
before
like
we
to ask?
go?
If it's to do with certain subjects, one will not.
Oh, someone's put in, is Yvonne was on about, she's been current relationship 10 years and said it's hard work. Okay. Yeah, relationships are hard work. I'll just say not hard, but they work. Right, so it has its ups and downs, but you have to give and take it like a man and don't run when it's problem time. Very true.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
that
No,
is a
thank
good
you for
statement.
sharing
It's
that. It's
true.
true.
Thank you for sharing it. Stand up in it.
Mm,
Stand up in it and face it and work through it
mm.
together.
Yeah, yeah. Every relationship is, you're not always going to agree. You're not always going to agree. You're going to have debates or you're going to have
No, of
fallout,
course.
but that doesn't mean that the relationship can't work because you disagree in certain areas. Again, it's compromise.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah, you don't
compromise. And yeah,
agree on everything.
everything, everything,
Everything. Everything.
everything.
Everything.
Poor little
Every,
tank
every,
tank.
poor little tang tang. Ding, ding, ding. Sorry, inside joke.
So we're referring to, is it Cat Williams?
Scott Williams. Yeah.
That's going back about 20 years and it's still never ever
Once
done.
Jojo has said here, some people will run. It's true. Some people will run. As soon as they see a problem, rather than tackle it, they'll run. If they're running, they ain't ready. Sorry, sorry.
If they're
If they're
running, you don't chase
if they're
them.
running, I ain't chasing after nobody. I'm
Hmm.
chasing after nobody. Okay. My name isn't Merlin Otti. Mina run fast. So now.
There was something that I watched. It's like a little clip that I saw. I think it was either earlier today or yesterday. And the woman spoke about how, again, this was her version of love,
Mm,
of um, if not, there wasn't running, but they wasn't showing up. you know. So it was like she
Wow.
had to fight to and would be chasing. She would be the chaser, you know, and chasing them to wherever they are. That was the only way she she thought that was love. And then when she realized that it wasn't, you know, and again that was something that she had learned growing up.
Mm,
And it is about going to the root, like who or what did you experience for why you accept certain things.
yeah.
It's, I don't know, easier for some or easier, yeah, easier for some to be willing to acknowledge of what you've accepted. And again, it's not, I say that, and some people do take it well, it is personal, but it is about growth. I'm not saying it to be like it's your fault. Like you did, you know, but it is like, okay, you both played a part. What part did you play? What part did we play together?
Take accountability.
Mm, mm, mm. But yeah, after all the experiences that I've had, and this is the ups and the downs, you know, this is in romantic relationships, this is in, you know, dating, this is in with family and with friendships. I still I still root for love. I still root for love, for sure. I still root for love.
Mm.
And I never will give up faith in the possibility and the future of giving love and receiving love, you know?
Yeah, you know what, you know, that's a good point because sometimes people find it hard to receive it.
Mm. I
And I think
definitely
I,
was
I
one
was
of
I
those
was one of those
people.
people. I put my hand up. I was like that. I find it hard to receive it. That definitely.
Mm.
Right.
100%. 100%. I was so awkward. So awkward. Even if it's, you know, receiving a compliment. I'll talk myself down, like, oh, it's just this, and oh, you
Yeah,
know,
same here, exactly. I would do the same thing. Oh, you should on oh your hair is oh so oh I only did this. Oh I only did that.
well, oh, you think it's all right? It took me hours, you know, it took me so, and it's just like, it's
Talking yourself out of the compliment.
just like they don't need to know all that. They just need to hear thank you. They just
Yep,
need to hear
exactly.
thank
Just
you.
say thank you. That's it. Thank you.
But yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. Like, yeah. So going back to just now, just thinking about age and, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I knew things earlier. But it is what it is, isn't it? Like,
Hmm.
as long as what I learn, like when I speak to my nieces or nephews or anybody else, what I learn, I just freely share, you know, with the right people, not just with everyone, because yeah, that doesn't work. um, but yeah, like if it feels right to share what I've learned, or even sharing, being vulnerable and sharing what I don't know. So, you know what, I'm having a really hard time in this area, you
Mm.
know, or I thought I had it and I don't. Like, what the hell? And again, I wish that's something I wish that I knew when I was younger, like for an adult to say, when you become an adult, it's not what you've been told to believe it is, because it's it's like when you leave school.
You want to go back in it. Remember? They always used to say to you, make the most of school because when you leave, you're going to want to go back. You're like, you shut up. You're talking rubbish, man. No, I will not want to go back to school. I can't wait to leave this place. As soon as you leave school, no, I wish I was back in school. No, I don't like the world.
Oh my
It's true,
God.
Donna. Every day is a school day. I always say that every single day
Mm,
is a school day. You're never too old to learn anything. Every day I learn something new. Every day.
Just a comment. All about the roots, and sometimes it's a very emotional space for some people. No, a very emotional space for people, and some don't want to have those conversations, so that can make it hard to. Yeah. Then another comment: when you love someone, you will run, and you don't know why. You know you're running. Believe me, I'm saying. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true because it's like you. Again, it's like it's vulnerability. It's the you're scared of being vulnerable, or it's like I'm not used to this feeling. What is that? I don't like this.
That was me. Hey, hands up! My hand up. I've been there. Yeah. I was that person.
Yeah, that's vulnerability right there, and yeah, that's something that within a relation, every relationship, there must be some form of vulnerability, be willingness to be vulnerable, and this is something that is like men are missold. Even women, we're missold this, that men are like weak if they show their vulnerable side, and it's just like, but
that is.
to
See,
believe in that, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Missing out. It's vulnerability is key. And to me, a human being that, talk about relationships, I'll say a man who's willing to be vulnerable is attractive. Because you haven't got
Definitely.
to ask. Do you know what I mean? Again, it comes in stages. Like what I show with vulnerability today would be different the more I get to know you. And I expect that vice versa. But yeah, it's like what we was taught of like, oh yeah, like man's weak if if they do this. And it's just like, no, it's there's no
No,
that's not weak.
they're showing they're a man. They're showing they are a man.
It's like
you said vulnerability, they're not afraid.
100%. So it's necessary. It's necessary. If you're fighting against something that you're naturally producing or doing, that means that you're going against the grain. Do you know what I mean? Even if you don't understand that is vulnerability or whatever, you're going against something that you naturally want to do. So that is going to create issues. So no, love. We've been on air for a while, innit? Maybe we could keep on talking about love.
Is nobody can explain how it feels. When you lose it, you feel weak all over your body and inside your soul. Yes, the cloud of rain. Yep, 100% facts. Very true. When you lose it, you feel weak all over your body and inside your soul. It's like your soul has been ripped out.
It's true.
It's very true. That cloud. There's not enough rain in that cloud right there. But it's so true.
With that comment, I'll never forget, like, because yeah, like my first boyfriend was when I was 18. We was only together for a few months. I can remember, like,
3 months is 3 months, you know. Some people don't like
a few months. Yeah,
2 months. Well, 2 months is 2 months.
No, a few months. A few months.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't remember. It was when I was 18. That's like how many years ago. But I'll never forget because, like, yeah, we went out when I was 14. And then we became really good friends. And then, yeah, we went out when we was 18. Yeah, actually, when we went out when I was 14, it was just like when you see.
Get to the point, man. Get to the point. You see, she does this all the time.
I know. I'm ad-libbing because I'm like, why have I gone to this subject? Because I'm like laughing, shut up. But yeah, puppy love, right? But anyway, yeah,
So yeah, he was 18. It lasted a couple of
was
months, but I get to the
18.
point. Yeah.
But he split up with me, and I'll never forget the way that I reacted. Like you're saying about the whole cloud, and I'm like, you know, it's so
Was you a drama
embarrassing.
queen, Naomi? Was you a drama queen? Did you faint?
And I'm like, fell against the wall, and then she like,
Oh my God, just people.
nobody else was at my house. It was just me at my house, and he came to knock on the door to tell me you couldn't do it no more. And I was like,
Mm.
yeah. I was like, okay. And then closed the door and like slid down the wall and then cried. And I was like, it was so embarrassing.
You slid down the wall. You slid down the wall.
And it was just, yeah, it was a lot of swearing. Oh, it was so funny. Well, it wasn't funny when it was happening, but looking back, I'm able to laugh at myself. Yeah, the drama. Oh, gosh. Oh, but yeah, that was puppy love.
You did slide down the wall. Now you slid down.
Listen, right. There's a few people on here watching this live. I know I'm not the only wall slider. Listen, don't leave me on my own. I know at least one of you slid down the wall. One
I'm
of you
leaving
did.
you. I'm leaving you on this one. Sliding.
I was 18.
I haven't done any sliding down a wall. Anyway, no sliding down a wall.
Oh gosh, but yeah, that's like, and again, that comes from films, right? The drama. I can't believe someone be with me. It hurts. Oh my head. Oh my god. I'm laughing too hard. My head is really hurting me. But yeah. But yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's 10:05, babe. We're gonna have to
Yeah, we're gonna
say
have to pop off now. Thank you everyone for joining
yeah,
us.
thanks for joining and thank you for your comments and being interactive with us. As always, we've loved it. It's been great. We'll be back next week.
So
Auditioning for the West End.
West End. I know, but I didn't get any parts in West End. That's when I was doing performing arts as well. You see, yeah, that's the drama. I was doing performing arts. I was a dancer and actress and singer. So I was like always ready to audition. I should have been a part of. No, I wasn't drinking. I wasn't drinking. Back then, I didn't even really drink. Yeah, I didn't drink. I was on water. I was sober. I was so. As you can stop laughing, thanks. I was a performing arts student, okay?
I need to see this in person when I next see you. I need to see a reenactment of the sliding down the wall. I need to see that. Oh, I need to see it.
But the thing is, you know, my mum's wallpaper, it wasn't like it was just
on your
like
mum's wallpaper. Did she not give you 2 beating in your head? What do you mean?
my mum doesn't.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
But the thing is, I couldn't. The way that the wallpaper was, it was bumpy because it was like it was so I would have been sliding like.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I think that's really.
Oh no, yeah, oh, yeah, that's a good end to talking about love. So what's your last words on love?
uh, I am open to accept it.
Hmm.
I am open to accept love.
I'll say to that is I'm open to be love, like to understand that I am love.
Hmm.
Yeah, I am love, everybody.
I love you, Naomi.
I
I
love
love
me.
you. I
To
love
love me is to
I
love you.
love you. I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Ooh. I love you more than donuts. I do. I love you more than
No,
donuts.
that's a lie. Stop it. You don't love nobody more than donuts.
Yeah, that is a lie, actually. Yeah, but I do love you.
I love you too, Queen. Mwah.
I love you, my sister, cousin, friend. And this time, guys, we really are going. We do this on the phone. We say bye, and then we start talking about something else for another half an hour. We say bye again, and then we continue to. Oh, yeah, this is.
I know we could take this because I know that there's so much more to this subject.
Exactly.
But
We literally just touch the surface, touch the
yeah,
nibs with that much there. We've
yeah.
got that
But
much.
also, actually, you know what? I was going to say, don't suggest love again. But
We've taken it
whoever
out now.
suggested
It's not in the
love that we
running
talk
anymore.
about love, it's okay. We're open to talk about love again. But yeah, DM
Yeah.
us, let us know. Oh, you want us to
Wants to
sing
sing
you
you
out?
out. Oh, what can we sing? What can we sing? What should we sing, babes?
What should we sing? What
Yeah,
should
I
we
don't know.
sing?
What should we sing? I don't know.
What are we going to sing about? Are we going to
I
sing
don't
Lady
know.
and the Tramp? No, no,
I
no, no,
don't
no. We're
know.
not gonna.
I don't know that
No, no,
song.
no. But I'm not singing that song again.
Oh, there's Drunken Love by
I'm not singing
what
Drunken
did
Love
they
either.
say? I heard that song today, Drunken Love. I heard it today on the radio. That's a sign. Me and Amy need to sing this, the sign. We need to sing. How does it start? Yeah, but yeah, our rendition of Drunken Love.
Okay, I'll follow you.
So I remember this is one where she starts off in the sea, like in the water. This is the one, isn't it? So we go for it.
Okay. Do I need to get
Drunken
mine?
love, drunken love. I've
Drunken
been
Love though.
drinking. I've been
Oh, no.
drinking. I've been
I've been
drinking.
drinking water.
Drinking love. Step in the kitchen, drinking love. I've been drinking. I've been drinking tea. That's what I've been drinking. I've been drinking. I've been drinking tea. That's what I've been drinking. Woke up in the kitchen. How did I get here? Don't know how I got there in the kitchen.
Okay, one does not know her version. One is not quite understanding. Um, one would like to choose another song, please.
Budget up. Oh, I know we could sing. We could sing. Is it Hello by Adele?
Is
How
it
does that
really
sound?
going to be our outro all the time? Like now that we've started, like, do we just do Nico again?
Oh, but they might be bored of that.
Are you bored of Nico? Hey, Wills, how are you doing? So you've come at the right time. We're going to sing for you. All right. Yeah, let's go with Nico.
What was? Are you
You ready?
sure? You sure you want? You sure you want to do this?
They asked for it. They asked for it.
Guys,
So
do you want to hear Nico again, guys?
you want to
Do you
hear
want to hear
Nico?
Nico? Do you want to hear Nico?
Or do you want us to think of another song?
No, Joanne says no. No.
You know what? Can't Why are you laughing? Why? Listen, right? I'm gonna sing what I bloody well want to, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
because I
sing
would
this
say
song, right?
we can
Right?
sing what we want. Mm.
You mash
We
up
sing.
my life, mash up my life, you mash up my life, Nika, you mash up my life, Nika, you mash up my life, mash up my life. Fiona, are you there? Don't go
Hi.
on like you're not involved. And then the
Hi.
remix is COVID, you mash up my life,
Yeah, mash it up,
you
mash it
mash
up.
up my life,
Yeah, mash it up,
you
mash it up.
mash up my life.
46, 4, 28, 7, 3, 6, 10, and 99.
Oh gosh,
Okay, let's
my
go.
head is actually hurting me. My head is
Same
hurting me.
way. Really hot now and
Right,
stuff.
so yeah,
But I've enjoyed the
we're gonna
conversation. I've
end
enjoyed the
there,
convo.
guys. Hmm?
I've enjoyed the convo. Someone asked, "What will we be?" I can't even speak. Someone's asked, "What will we be talking on next week?" Well,
Okay,
we're gonna do another draw. Love is now out. Love is out. We've taken. It's not out in
okay.
our lives, but it's out of
Oh, okay,
conversation.
okay, yeah, yeah, go on then.
Yeah. So we still have the
Sisterhood and health and well-being.
sisterhood, health and well-being are still two topics. So drop us a line. So the sisterhood, health and well-being, or we need one other one to put in the draw. What
Yeah,
do you
so we're
want the other
drawing
one
from
to be?
three.
So we want to choose between the three. So we have sisterhood, we have health and well-being. What is another topic that you think we should talk about?
Yvonne is
And then
asking
we'll
what we're drinking, and I'm
we can
like,
drink some. I drink tea.
I'm
We make tea.
drinking water. I'm drinking water.
Tea. Tea bag. We are drinking tea. It's tea. Oh, I have water. You have water. But I'm drinking tea.
Yeah,
It's tea.
you know
We have
us
alcohol,
already. We
babes.
don't
We have
need no alcohol.
I haven't had no alcohol.
Yeah, I haven't had alcohol in
January. New Year's
ages.
Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve. But look, remember, we don't need no alcohol. We don't.
I haven't drank since, and I'm not going to be drinking again. But yeah, like October, November. I've no
Whoever
interest in drinking. So yeah,
knows
because high
knows
on life,
we don't need no alcohol.
don't need it. Don't need it.
Alcohol free. All we need is the air we be breathing. That's Woosah. That's me. Woosah, sa, 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 sa.
No, 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 no. If you're gonna do that, you have to go. What's But anyway, I think that's our cue that we need to go because I'll
Oh,
talk
someone said
music.
music. Okay. Someone said music. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
There's so many songs we could sing.
Ed, is that your way of getting me to continue? Ed actually, listen, right? Ed knows that I can actually sing. I just like singing in an off-key manner because it's funnier. But Ed knows that I can sing, isn't it, Ed? You need to type yes. You
He's
need to
going to be
type yes.
singing. I know, just put, you know nothing.
So you could
Plead the
sing.
Fifth
No.
Amendment. Plead the Fifth. Plead the Fifth.
You see, look, he put yes. Ed knows that I can really
He's put a
sing.
lot of S's as if just to, like, sarcastically. Yes. Anything to keep it quiet. Yeah. I know.
Oi, no bullying on here, right? No bullying. One will not stand for that.
Right then, babes.
But yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thank you, Fiona. Tonight's been lovely.
The title, you missed the bit at the beginning.
The one?
You missed you just said Fiona, you forgot, you didn't say it properly. Why are you looking at me like that, Naomi?
I'm not giving you what do you mean I missed what?
You missed out the lady. Lady Fiona, you missed that out. It's Lady
Anyway,
Fiona.
so one will be going,
So from Lady Fiona.
yeah, Lady Fiona and Naomi.
Yeah.
Lady Naomi. No, no, no. Queen Naomi. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Queen Naomi.
Thank
Queen
you.
Naomi. Sister, cousin, friend for life.
Yeah. Mwah. Love you. Love you all. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
And
joining,
yeah,
guys. And yeah, we'll
we'll
see you 8 p.m. next week.
next
Will
week.
either be music, health and well-being, or sisterhood.
You know, if
Sisterhood.
sisterhood doesn't come through, gonna be given some serious side eye.
I already have the tune that we can play coming in to that. Ah,
What?
yeah, man.
What?
We
What? What?
can't
What?
tell
What?
them. We can't tell them. This is
What?
between us. We can't tell them. Yo, Mr. Oliver, why go on your join and me just a leave? Well, I'm you know what time it started with 8 o'clock, you know. 8 o'clock, Mr. Mark Oliver was on the thing. You come off at 10 and you just a join where you do eating food, you yam too much. Anyway.
So yeah, all right.
Right, so
Thank
now
you
I need to know.
all.
So when I log it, when I stop this, how do I do the
When you
thing?
come out, it will say choose a cover. So
So I
you'll be
just press,
sliding.
so I press the X to come out.
And then
Yeah.
everything will automatically be there.
Yeah.
Where it will tell you to choose a cover. Like if you want to save, not save, if you want to share, you choose a cover. Make sure the cover isn't of my face being twisted up right. Because I know when I've been laughing, I've been like that. Yeah. Should we do one now? Like, we're like, you're not right. Anyway, listen, when you come out of it,
Okay, so I
you
press
see,
the
we can't
X
say bye
and
to
then
one another. This is how much we love one another. We can't say bye.
so all I
I've
need to
got
do
so
then is
much to say.
so what I do then is press the X to get rid of all of you on here to get you off my phone. And then so I press the X and
Yeah,
then I just then and then
I'm
to
rude.
get you all
Yeah,
off, I press the X and then options will come up to share.
yeah. You choose a cover and then you do the whole caption or whatever you want to put in there. You know what to put, what to say. Hey, Miss Sharon, we're about to leave now. But yeah,
Okay, fingers crossed, guys. This
yeah.
is recorded. It's recorded. I have faith, divine. I mean, yeah. I
All
come
right,
back
but yeah,
again.
thank you for joining us and have a beautiful week. Love and light to you all, okay?
Yeah, love,
All
light, peace,
right.
and hair
Peace.
grease.